This is the story of the enormous crisis in creating the atomic bomb, which might be termed the Battle of Heavy Water. Obviously, all the details about the A-bomb cannot be revealed. Therefore, portions of this broadcast have been fictionalized, but it is based upon documented fact. Tonight, the American radio public will hear that story.
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents Secret Missions, dedicated to the officers and personnel of the intelligence organization of the United States Navy. Secret Missions, based upon the accounts and experiences of Admiral L.S.M. Zacharias, wartime Deputy Chief of the ONI, the Office of Naval Intelligence. Admiral Zacharias.
I have before me the photostatic copy of a top-secret German document. It is dated July the 8th, 1943. It is addressed to the office of Marshal Hermann Goering. It deals with the development of the atom bomb in Nazi Germany. The concluding sentence of this document reads as follows, and I quote, "Though our work may not lead to an immediate production of atomic explosives, it is, on the other hand, certain that in this field the enemy cannot have any surprise in store for us," end quote. At about the date of this report, the Allied intelligence services mounted one of their most daring and complicated operations to prevent our enemies from having any surprises in store for us. Tonight's secret mission is devoted to the authentic dramatization of this operation. The drama is designed to document the little-known role our intelligence services played in the grim race for the A-bomb. It is no exaggeration to say that the Allies' ability to win this race was in no small measure due to the intrepid and heroic operatives of Allied intelligence. Men and women not unlike those whose work Secret Missions faithfully dramatizes tonight. At the conclusion of tonight's broadcast, I will discuss the topical implications of intelligence work in connection with our atomic security. But first, we shall hear from a man whom I shall call Commander Dunn. What was your mission, Commander?
To reveal on the basis of highly documented intelligence, sir, the Allies' successful Battle of Heavy Water. This is the story of a beer bottle. The issue was the atomic bomb. The issue was whether Germany or the United States would be the first to produce the A-bomb and win the war. But this is the story of a beer bottle. Oh, the beer bottle did not contain beer. Another substance was in the bottle. It contained heavy water.
I am a professor of atomic physics. If you go back to a simple fact you learned in high school, ordinary water is H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. Heavy water is just water in which the hydrogen atoms weigh twice as much as they do in the water that comes from the kitchen faucet. Doesn't sound like anything to make a fuss about, does it? But it just happens that heavy water is one of the most precious liquids man has ever known. To produce extremely small quantities of it requires a tremendous plant and costs millions upon millions of dollars. Why bother? When a housewife bakes bread, she controls the amount of yeast in the bread. Too much yeast, and the bread will rise like it does in an old-fashioned Mack Sennett comedy. There might even be an accident. When you cook up an A-bomb, you place substances together in what is known as a chain reaction pile. But this pile must also be controlled, or it will get out of hand and cause an unbelievable disaster. Heavy water is the substance used in that pile to control it.
This is Commander Dunn. Our story begins in January of 1939, before anyone had an inkling about atomic bombs, before any work had been done. We are at Princeton, New Jersey. We are at the local telegraph office.
Here's another one for the Institute. I'll get it. overseas cable to Dr. Axel Nielsen, Princeton, New Jersey, USA. We have performed an experiment in which the uranium atom has been split. The two fragments flew apart with the unheard-of energies of 100 million volts each. This is a source of energy 20 million times as powerful as dynamite. Signed, Drs. Meitner and Frisch. They've split an atom. What's that mean? Hey, Jerry.
Yeah?
Get on that bike of yours and go over to the Institute with this.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll seal the envelope. All right, here.
Check, pal. See ya. You must have been a beautiful baby.
The messenger boy rode his bicycle to the Institute for Advanced Study. At the Institute, some of the world's greatest minds are assembled working on some of the world's greatest scientific problems. Here, on his first day at the Institute, was the man we are calling Professor Axel Nielsen. While the professor enjoyed tea with his colleagues, the messenger boy whizzed up to the front door on his bicycle, and he was carrying a cable which contained one of the most vital sentences in all history.
When the blue of the night meets the gold of the day.
Yes?
Cable for Professor Nielsen. Sign here, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so long. See ya.
Professor Nielsen,
Yes?
a cable for you, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt your tea.
Oh, thank you very much. Quite all right.
Cream and sugar in your tea, Professor Nielsen?
What?
I said, would you like some cream and sugar in your tea?
No, thank you. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I must go back to my laboratory.
Seems a little upset. He turned pale.
Yes. Would you pass the lemon, please?
Surely. I wonder what was in that cable. Think it was anything important?
Shortly after, Professor Nielsen returned to his native Denmark as World War II broke out. The Nazis overran Europe, Norway, and Denmark. We're in Washington at the Navy Department. Admiral Collins was in consultation with me.
What is the current picture on heavy water, Commander?
Well, in Norway, sir, the underground has helped our invading units to destroy the heavy water plant there.
And the heavy water that was in France, Commander?
It was in Joliot-Curie's laboratory, sir. But 2 of his aides sneaked it out to England.
Commander, is there any heavy water left in Nazi territory that they might use to turn out an A-bomb?
Oh, yes, sir. In all of Europe, there is just one spot.
Where is that?
Denmark, sir, in Copenhagen. The home of Professor Axel Nielsen. He's hidden it in the kitchen, in his refrigerator, in a beer bottle. So this is the story of that beer bottle. The issue was the atomic bomb. The issue was whether Germany or the United States would be the first to produce the A-bomb. The vast mechanism of Allied intelligence was instantly geared to execute the order.
Get that beer bottle containing the heavy water. Get it out of Professor Nielsen's refrigerator in Copenhagen. Get it out of Nazi territory. At any moment, the Nazis may decide to force Nielsen to work on their A-bomb. Get him out, too, and fast.
We are at a secret meeting place in England. This is a meeting place for the agents of the SF, the Special Forces of Inter-Allied Intelligence. Here, 2 agents, one British, one American, are making their plans to carry out the crucial, very dangerous order.
The arrangements to get us into Denmark have been made, Jack.
What are they, Phil?
An operative of the Danish underground will work with us. He is known only by his first name, Klaus. He'll meet us.
When? Where?
A submarine will take us around midnight to the Outer Sund, and that's just off Copenhagen. And Klaus will be there with a fishing boat. He's bringing 2 operatives with him, 2 fishermen.
I see. Then we'll change places with the 2 of them.
Exactly. His 2 friends will board our sub, and we'll board his boat and return to Denmark with him as 2 fishermen. Now put on this outfit. Here are papers that match theirs identically. You'll be the man named Peterson. Now, once we land in Denmark, we'll have to go figure out a way to reach Nielsen's home and get our hands on that bottle.
The British agent and his American companion, disguised as Danish fishermen, boarded the sub. As they stole through the black waters toward Nazi territory, the 2 men must have thought of the oath taken by many another secret agent on an A-bomb assignment.
If any man is about to be taken prisoner, he undertakes to end his own life.
We are aboard the fishing boat belonging to Klaus. The British agent and the American have left their sub, boarded this boat, and are nearing the Danish shore on this moonless night.
Anything to tell us before we land, Klaus?
Yes. You must split up. What for? One of you must stay in the port area as a contact. The other can go into Copenhagen, to the professor's house. All right. We have a job for one of you, as a handyman, in the professor's house. Good. Whoever is the handyman must work very quickly. Go on. If the handyman is successful, he is to be at the Langeborg Bridge, Friday at 2:30 a.m. with Professor Nielsen and the bottle from the refrigerator in the kitchen.
Will you be at the bridge?
Yes, I will. I will bring all of you to this boat, which will be anchored below the bridge. We will sail to Sweden. There are the lights of the shore. Good luck.
The 2 agents with Klaus passed the Nazi shore patrol successfully, and then they split. The British agent remained in the port area. The American proceeded to Professor Nielsen's home as a handyman. In the professor's living room.
My name is Peterson. You are the professor's maid?
Yes, I am Inga. We have been expecting you. The professor is not at home just now, but you may start to work.
Fine.
You will tend the garden, keep the car in condition, and do the heavier housework. Come with me. I will show the house to you.
Thank you.
Oh, I have just one rule.
What is it?
I am in charge of the cooking and serving. It makes me nervous to have anyone in the kitchen. So whatever you do, stay out of the kitchen.
The American agent, disguised as a handyman, kept losing minutes, hours. The time to the rendezvous beneath the bridge drew closer and closer, but he could not get into the kitchen. Nor could he get Professor Nielsen alone to talk to him. The Allies were losing minutes, hours.
Going out tonight, Inga?
No, I do not think so, Peterson.
Why don't you go to the movies? There's a wonderful picture playing at the Tivoli.
I am sick of movies.
But they say this one's great. Clark Gable's in it. You told me you like him.
Yes,
Go on. If the professor wants anything, I'll take care of it.
Oh, it's too expensive.
Tell you what I'll do. I'll treat you. How's that?
You'll treat me?
Sure. Why don't you go? Will you?
All right.
That's the girl. Better hurry. You don't want to miss the beginning of it.
I'll go upstairs and change. If the professor rings, you answer.
Surely.
Yes? Oh, Peterson, how are you tonight?
Very well, Professor Nielsen. Thank you. May I close this door?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
I must talk to you alone quickly. We mustn't lose a second. My name is not Peterson.
What?
I said my name is not Peterson. I'm an Allied intelligence agent.
What in the
We're
world?
ready to sneak you out to Allied territory with the bottle of heavy water that's in the kitchen, in the refrigerator.
Really?
With a fishing boat. It will be waiting for us at the Langebro Bridge tonight, 2:30 a.m. Is there any reason why you can't make it then?
Just one reason.
What is it?
I don't believe you.
You what?
I don't believe you.
I swear to
This
you.
is an old Nazi trick. The Gestapo is anxious to know if I would leave, if I wish to join the Allies. Actually, you are from the Gestapo, right?
No, I am not. Naturally, I couldn't bring anything to prove this is legitimate. The Nazis might have found it on me. We're losing time, Professor. You must listen to me.
You may tell them at Gestapo headquarters that I am not interested. I have no desire to join the Allies.
Professor, we've got to get that heavy water out of here. We've got to get you out.
You're discharged, Peterson, or whatever your name is.
At 2 a.m. When Inge's gone to bed, I'll meet you in the kitchen. We'll take the beer bottle with the heavy water in it, and we'll try to reach the bridge by 2:30 without being stopped.
You're wasting your time, young man.
In the kitchen. At 2. I'll leave the lights on, of course. Just walk in. I'll be waiting. That you, Professor? Is that you, Professor?
Yes.
Good. When you believe me.
No. But I've been thinking in my study. I have no use for life here. The chances are that you are lying. The odds are at least 100 to 1. But there is one chance. And I'll take it.
The bottle in the refrigerator. I'll put the lights out. Can you find it? I'll strike a match. I have it. Let's go.
The professor and the American agent reached the bridge. The British agent was there, and so was Klaus with his fishing boat. In the dead of night, the boat slipped away. After rowing across toward Sweden, the trio finally sighted the shore.
That is Sweden.
Of course it is, Professor. I told you I wasn't lying.
We will fly you to the United States immediately. A special plane is waiting. You have the beer bottle, Professor, with the heavy water in it?
Yes, right here. Now that the sun is coming up, we can have a good look at the stuff. There we are.
Careful. They're coming to shore.
This bottle has been a nightmare to me. I've always feared that the Germans might find it. In fact, to conceal what I was doing, I kept 2 bottles in the refrigerator, both identical. One was ordinary beer, the other was this one. The substances look alike. They would...
What is it, Professor? What is it, Professor?
God forgive me. I brought the wrong bottle.
This is the way it was. It is a documented fact that the atomic scientist we are calling Professor Nielsen was sneaked out of Denmark to Sweden only to find that in the excitement of escaping he had brought a bottle of ordinary beer, leaving the priceless bottle of heavy water still in Nazi hands, still in his kitchen at Copenhagen. The job of securing that bottle, which everyone thought was completed, would have to start all over again. In Sweden, the 2 secret agents conferred with Klaus.
We have had a message from our friends in Copenhagen. The alarm is out for Professor Nielsen. His house is very closely guarded now by the Gestapo.
I think we could get back into Denmark again the same way, Klaus, in your boat.
Probably. The Gestapo does not know about having used that technique.
Okay. Suppose we do get to Copenhagen. How the devil do we get into the professor's house? How do we get the bottle out?
I do not know. You cannot be a servant now or a messenger. Anything of that sort would be too suspicious. Besides, tomorrow morning at 9, there's to be an inquiry. Hauptmann Halle of the Gestapo is conducting it at the professor's house. He's flying from Berlin especially for the inquiry.
I don't know what the dickens to do myself. There must be something, some way.
I know.
What is it?
Only one type of person would never be suspected there.
Who?
A Gestapo agent.
What do you mean?
This Halle from Berlin. You think they know him in Copenhagen?
I doubt it.
Good. Look, I speak fluent German. Suppose we get a Gestapo uniform for me. Can one of your boys steal a Gestapo car in Copenhagen?
Yes, we have done it before.
Then I'll be Hauptmann Halle, the special investigator from Berlin. We sneak across in your fishing boat. Once I'm in the city, I put on the outfit. I'm Halle. He isn't due till 9. I'll make it by 8. I can get in, take the bottle, and get out before he arrives. Think we can trust the maid if she sees me again?
The professor said she's an anti-Nazi.
And it's worth trying. There isn't anything else we can do.
Come on.
Yes, one moment, please. Herr Hauptmann?
I am Hauptmann Halle.
Yes, Herr Hauptmann.
I want to search every inch of this professor's house.
Yes, Herr Hauptmann.
In Berlin, we can never understand why you here in Copenhagen can be such dummköpfe.
We are very sorry, Herr Hauptmann. We had no idea Professor Nielsen might try to escape.
You should be shot. A whole lot of you. I will search the house now. I'll begin with the kitchen. Who are you?
Inga, the maid.
Shut up. Answer only what you are asked. This is Hauptmann Halle from Berlin.
Good morning, Hauptmann Halle.
Tell me what you know about the professor's escape.
Just what I have already told your men, Herr Hauptmann. There was a handyman, a stranger, who came here to work, and then the other night he disappeared with the professor.
That is all you know?
That is all.
You'll remain here in the kitchen. I think you're lying. I will have a great many more questions for you.
Yes, Herr Hauptmann.
Are you hungry, Corporal?
I could eat, Herr Hauptmann.
I have not had time to eat myself as I flew here. I believe our first step will be to confiscate the contents of the professor's refrigerator. Ah? Inge! Open it up!
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Meat, food. You may help yourself, Corporal.
Thank you, Herr Hauptmann.
Cold beer. I see a bottle of beer in there. I will take that. Looks delicious. Go on, Corporal. Eat whatever you like. Keep your eye on this maid. I shall look over the rest of the house.
You have good food here, Inga.
I'm glad that you like it.
The rations at the barracks. Terrible. Army food. This is fine. Are you married, Inga?
No.
You like to go dancing, Liebchen?
Well, I am very busy here at the house.
I will take you dancing some evening. Look, through the window. Another official in his car. He is coming through the back door.
Good morning, Corporal.
Herr Hauptmann?
Halle. I am Hauptmann Halle.
But that is impossible.
What the devil do you mean that is impossible? I am Hauptmann Halle.
There was another officer just a few moments ago. He said he was Halle. I think he left in a car, went that way.
He is an imposter, an allied agent. After him, du dumme Esel, after him, verfluchte Schweinerei.
This is Commander Dunn. Allied agents successfully removed the professor and the bottle which contained the last drop of heavy water in all of Europe. As for the risk those agents had run, There's a quotation from the diary of the Scandinavian unit which reads, "A man who is a man goes on till he can do no more, and then goes twice as far." This is the story of the A-bomb, which began with a messenger boy bicycling across the grounds of the Institute, saucily carrying a telegram in his hat. The story, which began this way.
You must have been a beautiful baby.
Ended this way on the morning of Monday, August 6, 1945, aboard the United States Army bomber, the Enola Gay, at precisely 9:15 a.m.
Synchronized on Hiroshima. On target.
Bombay doors open.
Bombay doors open.
Fire.
Bomb away and falling. Bomb away and falling. Bomb away and falling.
This is Admiral Zacharias again. Tonight's secret mission was an authentic dramatization of the escape of Dr. Niels Bohr from Copenhagen in the summer of 1943. Dr. Bohr is called by his colleagues the greatest of modern atomic physicists. His presence in the United States while work on the A-bomb progressed was essential. Combined intelligence work made his availability possible. Tonight's drama, spanning Dr. Bohr's activities from his first arrival in Princeton in 1939 to his rescue in 1943, was factual in all essential details, including the comedy of errors with the 2 beer bottles. The Bohr incident was but one of the many intelligence scoops in the secret battle of atomic energy. During the recent war, the task of Allied intelligence was twofold. First, to find out what the Nazi scientists were doing in this field, and second, to prevent their success by any and all means, including sabotage. Here in the United States, as well as in Britain, we trained intelligence teams and special forces to locate the Nazi uranium machine, as they were calling their abortive atomic bomb, and to find out where their laboratories and atomic plants were located. The information was used for the selection of pinpoint targets for our bombers and demolition missions for our saboteurs. The results are well known to all. Europe was effectively stripped of the ingredients the enemy needed to build atomic piles and of the raw materials for the manufacture of atomic explosives. The enemy never developed the A-bomb. But what about the task of atomic intelligence today? Intelligence must be fully alert to ensure against an atomic Pearl Harbor. Only a well-informed America is a safe America. To this safety, Secret Missions is dedicated.
The Mutual Broadcasting System has presented Secret Missions, based on the accounts and experience of Admiral L.S.M. Zacharias, wartime Deputy Chief of the Office of Naval Intelligence. Secret Missions is dedicated to the officers and personnel of the U.S. Naval Intelligence Organization. Admiral Zacharias is author of the bestseller, Secret Missions. The material on this program is from the accounts of Admiral Zacharias and is not to be considered official, nor as reflecting the views of the Navy Department. This program is written by Howard Merrill. The technical consultant is El Farago. Music is conducted by Al Finelli, composed by Elliot Jacoby. The entire production is under the direction of Roger Bauer. In the dramatic portion of this broadcast, the part of Commander Dunn was played by Raymond Edward Johnson, Jack by Peter Capell, Professor Nielsen by Barry Thompson, Inga by Alice Yeoman, British Agent by Ivor Francis, Klaus by Jack Lloyd, Jerry by Frank Thomas Jr., Holla by Bernard Lenrow. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.